I refuse to call Blob Tangle. Not only because it sounds so fucking stupid, but also because there's already a character named Tangle.
I know.
I know I've said this already, but technically speaking, it's always been called Tangle Blob.
Yeah. You know what sounds cool? The duo Burn Trap and the Blob instead, but then instead we have Mimic and Tangle. It just sounds
Mimic,
so.
Tangle the Mimic.
It sounds like a nursery rhyme.
Mimic and Tangle.
Mimic and Dangle went to the Hingle and then they had some beer.
Tangle, no drinking. I was drinking that remnant beer.
Yeah, that's funny.
Mimic and Jangle went up the Hangle to smoke some marijuana. Tangled and lifted up his skirt and then said, I know you wanna. And then they went to a nice hotel. Then they had some fun. But then Tangle forgot the pill. Then
there's no way you're making this up, bro.
Yeah, he is making this up and I do not like it.
And so the two went to a hotel and then they had some fun. But silly Tangle forgot the pill and now they have a son.
I don't know how I missed this present last time.
Oh, there's the roof ending.
Yeah, the fire ending.
Also, I was thinking like the more stars there are when it comes to the ending, the more amount of canonness there is.
Canonness.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
This reminds me so much of like the glitch objects.
Sure, yeah. Because like, it would like because there are elements of all the endings that are canon, but at the same time the endings themselves aren't. So like the Blob or like the Burn Trap ending is like mostly canon except for the one where except for the one with what's it called, the Blob taking Burn Trap, and then you have most things in the Princess Quest ending being canon except for possibly the Freddy head being taken, because I have no clue how to interpret that at the moment.
Honestly, I have no idea either.
I don't either, bro. Bro, the prototype thing is really throwing me off. Anyway, let's start with question 1 and question 2, which go hand in hand. These were obviously probably the ones that are the ones that we should probably talk about the most, or like the one that is personally, in my opinion, yeah. Number 1, which endings to Security Breach are canon, and which ending to Ruin is canon?
The main game, Afton ending, and Princess Quest ending, Ruin, the Roxy saves you from the Mimic, and the elevator betrayal thing ending is canon.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. Personally, I think the Scooper ending, I don't think it's canon, but I do think that it will lead to something, or like it's representing something.
It is possibly a representation of Sister Location because you and I were discussing that it does sort of match up with the layout of the
What activated that cart? Agony?
The Phantom Go cart? No, it's not.
I think it was Roxy, but like
it was Roxy because you can tell because the fact that it's doing the same thing as what happened to her.
I don't know how she like controlled
Agony
it
just
like that, but sure.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. But the ending, yeah. So I think that personally, the ending to Security Breach, with consisting of my timeline in order for things to actually happen. The Blob and Burn Trap boss fight happen. The only thing that doesn't happen is the Blob takes Burn Trap away, and that's it. Because everything else seems to happen, as well as going up to Phaser Blast and then releasing Vanny, and then and that consists of what happens in Ruin.
There is another thing I should probably explain. I didn't think of this because I knew there was something a little bit off about the room of Princess Quest. Like there was this obviously that when you're in regular mode, you see the glitch trap painting.
Yeah,
but
that
when
was
you
weird.
put it on the mask, you see it as like one of those enemies. So that proves that the glitch trap virus was within Princess Quest. And was those enemies.
Yeah. So it means that the Princess Quest arcade game is somehow connected to Help Wanted, which means that that Cassidy being the princess is literally undeniable at this point because of the It's Me banner in in Curse of Dreadbear.
Always has been.
I know, but
Evan,
I just
heard from yesterday, but I did send a picture. But interestingly enough, even though it might be a little bit of a stretch, when you first enter the pizzeria, you see the sign that says Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizza Plex. Nothing is lit up except for the letters ME.
Oh god. So what does that mean?
Aha, shut up.
Anyway. So yeah, ending to ruin, the elevator ending. I think we can all agree, and I think that to some extent the burn trap ending is canon. I'm sorry, some people are saying that the one thing that isn't canon of the burn trap ending is burn trap himself.
When I was replaying my second chapter for the Glamrock Bonnie thing, when I tried to go for the Candy Cadet, I could not get him, even though I had several tokens.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Like, for some reason you can't talk to him again.
You cannot use him at all, even when a new save.
Nope. Well, you can do. I think you can use him again in a new save, but you can't.
Nope.
You can't? Are you serious?
What?
Do you think?
I tried that. That's what I was talking about.
So that could either be
once.
a bug. That could be either a bug, or it could be Steelwool really trying to make it as mysterious as possible. Either one is possible.
I think it's the latter.
Yeah. So I think then we really need to, so that's one of the questions that we'll get into later, like what does the Candy Cadet story symbolize. But anyway,
I am so excited to do this. The best part of the game.
Before we move on, I have a question. Are you recording this?
Me? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I am.
Alright.
Hello,
Hi, Internet.
Altera. Altera joined.
Altera.
Don't worry,
Sure,
Altera.
yeah.
We just talked about the endings, which we've talked about a billion times.
What is up with the plush baby? What the hell?
Whoa! They disappeared. Hold up. What? Whoa!
Yeah,
Whoa!
they disappeared.
They disappeared, and it's not even with the Vanny mask.
Yeah. No.
You can't even use it.
The weird thing.
Whoa!
The
That's
weird thing is not that they disappear. The weird thing
it
is that I went up to it. Usually it's when you like. Usually it's when you look away from
you go
them.
up to them and they disappear.
But then when I went up to them, yeah, it just disappeared before my eyes. Usually, last time it was only when I had like just looked away from it. Why are those bowling balls in the floor? Did you see that?
Wait a second.
Because somebody's
Altera.
balls dropped.
Altera does or not Altera, sorry. Evan, does the Princess Quest like giant slide thing happen after Bonnie Bowl, or does it happen before?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. All right, moving on to question number 3. Moving on to question.
Your dog.
Save that poor squeaky toy.
Moving on to question number 3. Who is Cassie's dad?
Oh yes, Joshua Coldstone.
It could be possibly a new person. I don't think it's necessarily Michael.
I wasn't saying that Joshua Coldstone is her dad. I was just saying, yeah. Anyway.
I'm not Glam Mike anymore.
Oh, I never.
Glam Mike anymore. So
I never was Glam Mike.
I don't know if.
Me neither.
Here's okay. So I pointed this out earlier. That was really interesting evidence that, in my opinion, is solid evidence. So you know how one of the like 4 descriptions we ever get from Michael in the entire game is where there's the lunchbox saying, oh, my dad used to collect these, and then you go to the one room in Security Breach that's associated with Michael extremely heavily, and it has Freddy and Friends on tour on the TV.
Yeah, that is interesting.
It is strange, but does that mean that because he changed his mind to Bonnie for a bit, but then I don't know, like
because that is
think he would hate it.
That is the only blockade, though. The only blockade, and that is assuming that Michael just can't have opinions. And frankly, which is why at the moment, yeah, bro. Which is why at the moment I believe that Mike is Cassie's dad. But that's me personally. It could be someone new. I just for what's currently like, and also like the other little Easter eggs that like seem to suggest that Michael is still alive in some way. It definitely is really suspicious to me of that connection with my dad used to collect these with the Freddy and Friends on tour and the TV room.
I think there is also a possibility that because yes, he doesn't, maybe he still likes Foxy because he seems to be associated with him, but There's a possibility that since Spring Bonnie was the suit used to kill the kids, he probably associates Spring Bonnie as his
I'm gonna
hatred
die.
of regular Bonnie as
Am I
like
Am I
his
the only
favorite.
one? Am I the only one who thinks that like the Wind Up Music Man like just like walking in like unison is just adorable?
It's so cute. No, I said that during the playthrough. It's so cute.
They're annoying though.
Ants go marching.
But yeah.
This
It
part of the
reminds me
game
of,
is
like-
the worst
It
section in
reminds
the
me of like
entire
a colony
thing.
of ants.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that's who I currently think that Cassie's dad is personally because it makes the most sense.
They're still following me.
Oh
bro.
yeah, so there is a
Just
little
die and do it
glitch
again.
where
Just-
they will
just
follow
die
you
and try it again.
constantly
No,
everywhere.
it's
If
fine.
it,
Yeah. Oh
if
yeah,
it- if Cassie's dad isn't Mike, then it would be the 4th time we've gotten dad who's either good with remnant robotics or both of them, who has
Yeah.
a daughter or some kid or something.
Good point, because yeah, there's Albert.
I
as
might
well.
die while doing this. I
Yes.
don't know where they are right now.
There's something I need to address a little bit. So I don't know if I saw this perfectly, but when the screen goes off in daycare for the theater, I swear I saw the name Jeremy scratched on Onion.
Huh. That is interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
odd, but it's like, wait
Anyway,
a minute, what?
before I move on to the next question I have on my list, I just want to say the other thing that sways me towards Cassie's dad being Michael is the fact that the only other location that we see the what's it called, the like the wire technician things that you use with the Faz wrench is in the sister location elevator. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very weird, especially
know.
considering that Mike being the player of Sister Location is the most obvious game that he's the player in.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
because
and
he
it-
says that he is.
I mean, multiple times, yeah.
Hey,
Anyway, so
yeah.
that's just something I wanted to point out before I move on.
Hey,
Anyway.
Evan.
Yep.
While you're before we move on to like whatever's next, may we see Glamrock Bonnie?
I have no idea how.
You can't. You have to start a new save, get all the floor bots in one go, and then you can find
Yeah.
Glamrock Bonnie.
And I don't think
know
I don't
because
think
I
Evan
try
got
to
them all
That's
find those
stupid.
goddamn floor bots.
I'm still gonna
constantly.
deactivate them.
because they're funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, moving on to number 4. Is Gregory's voice in the elevator actually him, or does it switch back to the mimic right at the end?
It's him. It's actually him.
Looking into the files, it is him, but it is mysterious how the thing apparently changes to that. So it is a little bit suspicious about that.
Yeah.
Okay, I know Gregory is a murderer, but the problem I have with that is like Gregory was only a murderer
Oh
when
my
he
God.
was under the because I do think
Yeah.
that he was at some point under the glitch trap virus, which is why
Okay.
he had the nickname of Rab and he killed Tony and
Yeah.
probably Boots. But
Next time, use the intercom multiple times. Like at least twice.
I hate
Yeah.
this section.
yeah, I just
I can actually help you with this since I know found a little strategy.
That's what she said.
Shut up.
anyway, yeah. So yeah,
Says you,
anyway,
bro.
I guess it's that simple. I guess we'll move
Alright.
on.
Oh wait,
Alright.
guys, are like the cutouts that we see in the destroyed Monty Golf like a retelling of how Monty got Bonnie's place?
Oh my God, you sons
Yes.
of bitches.
Well, apparently you didn't. Oh yeah, they were following you.
That's on my list, Spencer. Anyway, number 4.
I literally
Which is
got
a better?
none.
All right, number 4. Which is a better security breach protagonist, and why is it Cassie?
Huh.
She has more like character to her, and she
Exactly.
also has a motive to go there. Gregory is just there and wants to get out, but we don't know what his actual true motive is.
Gregory's dialogue is also just more annoying, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just don't like
Also-
Gregory that much.
There's
Also-
also a little difference I noticed about Gregory's voice. Like, the one that, or Grimmick for short, seems to be like this sort of more childish than Gregory's voice. Did anyone
Yeah.
notice that?
I did. I kind of did notice that a little bit. Moving on to number 5. Who installed the Vanny network?
I
This
think it's
one-
possible that it was Fazbear Entertainment, because they did say like Fazbear Entertainment was like upgrading or whatever, you know, like they were still like, I don't know, like LB basically says Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for all that.
Are you there?
See, you know what? I personally just think that it was actually Vanny who installed it, because the reason why is, number one, she's the only one who's been in the Pizzaplex for debatably 9 years, because I actually do think that Help Wanted, because I think Help Wanted takes place in 2026, and she probably knows the Pizzaplex inside and out, so she would be the only one who would actually accurately portray what it looked like with the Vanny mask on, or at least without it in ruin, essentially. So she would be the one to install it. But also, what's more important is Burn Trap. If it isn't, it really isn't Burn Trap who is a threat to Vanny, because Burn Trap isn't the one controlling Vanny's mind. It's the Mimic. So she would be more concerned about keeping Mimic at bay rather than keeping Burn Trap at bay, because we don't even know where Burn Trap is at this point. So she would be more, she would probably install the MXCSs and the Vanny network in order to make sure that, bro. Okay, I'll do that.
That's what Gregory calls it. So.
To keep the Mimic at bay, so no one ends up getting the glitch trap, or at least some sort of the glitch trap virus in some capacity.
I am pretty sure. I've heard.
Oh, hello, Libra.
Libra.
Gregory.
Libra, hi.
Yeah, I was just, what was it I was gonna say? Something.
I have heard that the backpack in that room says Gregory on it.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
That's what I've heard.
In what room? The Bonnie
backpack you see in the Princess Quest ending also.
The room before you see the Mimic.
Oh, that one, yeah. So the Mimic, so Gregory definitely was down there, which means that if Gregory was down there, he had to have gone with Vanessa, because Vanessa, if Vanessa did truly adopt Gregory, then she would be like, oh yeah, so you can go down there. That's totally fine with me. You can go down where there's a murderous robot who I knew murdered 8 children. Go ahead and go down there.
Down there with him.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh.
9.
Yeah. When we get to the when we get to that certain question, Sandwich, I do want to explain my little thought process on that.
Okay.
So this does. Sorry, I was just gonna say this does heavily imply Vanessa and Gregory. You're the ones who made
installed.
Yes. Yeah.
Installed the Vanny network and the mixes, because that just makes the most. That personally just makes the most sense.
Well, I guess I'll explain it now since.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, explain it. Yeah.
Okay, so my thought process is obviously they did go down there, but one thing that I was really confused about is why is the MXES or mixes like a glitch trap version? And I thought to myself, wait a minute, maybe this could be like somewhat of a rebooted version of the glitch trap virus. Like, it's because this one, instead of like trying to take control of your mind, it just sends animatronics to kill you with the AI replication. So what if it's this is just my thought process, that what if they found the glitch trap virus, rebooted it, and used it to contain the Mimic?
See, the problem with that is that glitch trap is an AI replication of William. If you reboot William, no, that's, I'm sorry, but like that's like an AI replication of William himself. He literally says, "I always come back, let me out." Even
I'm still not.
No, I'm not saying that that necessarily means possession, even though I personally think that it is. I'm saying that that means that it is some sort of replication of William.
And what is the Mixes program if it is, because it looks like Glitch Trap?
Fight fire with fire.
It has the same form as Glitch Trap.
See, I would agree with you if there wasn't the Princess Quest little things of Glitch Trap himself on the wall.
That's what I'm trying to say. I think it's rebooted when the Princess Quest ending.
It could be.
See, the issue is the Glitch Trap is the Mimic one program that was in Vanessa's mind. The one
I know that. I'm saying it was a rebooted version of it.
You can't. You can't just reboot. You know.
You can't reboot a computer virus.
Yeah.
That's But I see where you're coming from. No, I see where
I'm rebooted, but I mean like it was like a little bit of a It's a remade version of the glitch trap virus made
I can
to.
see if she made something, she replicated it somehow.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that.
It's not actually the original
Yeah.
one.
I see. Okay. Yeah. That's yeah. I can see where you're coming from.
I have a
can see where
question.
you're coming from.
Because,
I have a question.
how else would you explain the
Yeah.
mixes? Because it looks like freaking glitch trap.
Yeah. All right. What's your question?
So I know like I can't access it, but like where actually is Glamrock Bonnie? Is he like back there somewhere?
When you went to the end already, like at the end of the Bonnie Bowl area,
Yeah.
that's where he is. You'll see like this huge little vent up above you, and you'll see it.
Okay.
Like he's
All right.
in the vent or through the vent?
Let's move.
That's where you exit out from the Glamrock Bonnie area, but to the left of the vent is like this little crack in the wall.
Yeah.
But
You and
have
me
to
forever and
go
ever
up
love
the
Freddy.
top.
That's really depressing.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one.
Before we move on, can we mention something that we mentioned last time? But
Yeah.
like obviously we don't have the recording because it didn't happen.
Yep.
So in the Phaser Blast, which I'm about to go to now, Freddy has prototype on his foot, which is a whole other
That's
can
something
of
I
worms.
was gonna. That's something on the list, bro.
Yeah,
We would have gotten to that eventually.
No, we will get to that. Like,
Yeah.
what I'm gonna mention is disconnected from that, but it's connected to it at the same time. So
Okay.
he has prototype on his foot, right? And Glamrock Freddy
Does
is
not.
heavily associated with Fredbear and Golden Freddy, right?
Yeah.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah. And then there's this plushie, which is a Golden
Prototype.
Bonnie, and it also says a prototype.
Yeah.
So it seems like Glamrock Freddy in this DLC and Glamrock Bonnie in this DLC are, well, not only tied together through this you and me forever and ever love Freddy, like they're kind of tied together in that regard, but they're also tied together in the fact that they're both prototypes, supposedly, and they're both connected to Fredbear and Spring Bonnie.
Yeah. Anyway, well,
find
let's
that
go
very
through
interesting.
this very fun cutscene of
Yes.
a representation of Princess Quest again.
Golden Bonnie.
You've memorized it.
No, I
You
just
know,
saw
that
it.
reminds me of like a water slide.
I know, me too. Yeah.
I
Phaser
love the water
Blaster.
slide. I
Phaser
love the
Blast.
smell. I love the smell of chlorine and sunscreen.
What floor
Box,
sign?
connect to Bonnie.
Floor bots, Pat-Pats,
Yeah.
Connect the floor,
Glitch Trap,
Bonnie.
and Glitch Bunny.
One time I saw.
Mix.
One time
Why
I
is
saw-
mixes there? That's weird. I forgot
Yes.
that existed.
That's
And
the
then you
glitch
have-
trap virus. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay. And then you got the sword,
Yeah, the sword
which
is
means that the
very
Princess Quest
interesting.
ending is definitely canon in some capacity.
That's
Anyway,
why
let's
Glitch
move
trap
on.
virus.
We're taking forever to move on. Let's move on to number
Yeah,
7.
let's continue on before
Yeah.
I.
Oh gosh, this is gonna
World
be fun.
history with Freddy Fazbear.
Yes. All right. This
Oh my
is
God,
gonna be really fun. Why is the blob's eyes in Gregory's drawing purple?
Blob's eyes and is it?
Yeah, go to it. Why are they
If you
purple?
look really closely, they're the same color as Burnt Traps.
Interesting.
Why are they purple? Why must you do this to us, Scott?
I don't know.
Yeah, and that leads into the question, and that also leads into question number 8. Does this have any correlation with the blob's eyes not being lit up in the game?
I don't know.
I think they're not lit up in the game just because they
Can't really
didn't
see them.
bother to.
You can't really see them. He's
Yeah.
too fast when he goes up.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
so yeah. So
I
it's
do
either
still find it weird,
Steel-
though.
It's either
Those
Steel.
security notes are all
It is
the way down
weird.
there.
It's like either Steel didn't because we don't really see the mask itself. So it's either Steel was lazy and decided not to add the 2 glowing eyes, which causes theorists to go crazy, or it actually means something.
I just find it weird
And-
that his eyes are different in 2 different places in this DLC.
I know that exactly. That's the issue.
Whether it's intentional or not, it just feels really strange.
It does.
Well,
yeah.
does that mean that
the
Afton will
fact that
possess
we
the
d-
blob?
That's what I'm
Maybe.
thinking. I actually do think that we are. This is why I think we're gonna get a Ruin Part 2, is because it seems like
or an
there
upcoming
is
game
like
following the same story.
Yeah.
something like that. I definitely think that we are going to even though we didn't get it in this DLC, unfortunately, an Afton amalgamation seems inevitable
Okay.
Yeah.
at
I
some
definitely
point.
think that I feel
Superstar.
like the eyes could imply that.
Yeah, possession.
Chap, whether you think he's William or just the program or whatever did take control of the blob.
I think so too.
At some point.
I think so too, because keep in mind that like whatever is going on, I do think that the blob has a frick ton of agony, and as we know from the Stitch Wraith stingers, any sort of presence from the agony is going to bring you into memories, which means that if there is some sort of like, you know, William glitch trap virus inside of Burn Trap, which is, I'm just throwing this out there, then it would like in some way like connect to the actual memories of the children, which would cause like a complete takeover of the blob, essentially just being in the presence of Burn Trap. So that's just interesting. I still don't really have a great handle on what actually is going on with the Mimic 1 virus itself.
Jesus
anyway.
Christ! Did you have to? Did you have to appear? Did he have to appear on top of me?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was just. Anyway. All right, number 9. In the Scooper ending, regardless of if it's the same Scooper or not, is it Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals?
Of course, it's not the same Scooper. It looks totally different.
I know it's not the. You think it's the same Scooper that we see in Sister Location?
How in the what? What is this location? It's like a giant spoon.
It's it literally.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty.
One
I do
looks like
believe that is.
There you go.
The one in Ruin looks like the freaking claw that like the alien toys use in Toy Story 3.
Oh yeah. No, for real. Like, I mean, we also have to remember that they are games within games, so maybe whoever was the indie game designer of Sister Location drew the Scooper that way, but again, I don't think that that's the case.
I have a question.
What's up?
On your list of questions that we need to talk about, is there anything that we need to talk about before the prototype Freddy? Because I'm at it right now, so I feel like we should talk about it.
We can skip around.
All right.
I skipped to question 21, which is better security breach protagonist, and why is it Cassie? Because I thought that'd be funny.
Yeah.
But
make sure you mark off which questions you've already asked.
Sure. So I'll delete. I'll just. How about this? I highlight them. Let me do that real quick.
Yeah.
I have so many little things to discuss about this, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me mark this off real quick.
Freddy!
I did not mean to trigger the cutscene, but it's okay.
Are you okay?
All right. Yeah. So where's the question? Did I not include it? Did I? Oh wait. Oh, it's right at the end. Okay. Number 24. Why does Glamrock Freddy have a prototype on his foot? Does the present in his chest mean something? And does it heavily imply Glam BB with the Nightmare Fredbear style mouth, chest, and no head?
And no, it's not BB, it's Bite BB or Garrett.
BB, bite victim, Garrett Afton, whatever you want to call him.
Okay, I had to explain this really bad. Because I explained a little bit within the group chat, but I think it's time to explain it now.
Yeah.
When I was going through the last chapter, this thing you see is four plushies associated with their effects that happened to them. Monty is ripped in half and has lost his glasses.
Yeah.
Foxy has her eyes scratched out. Chica has her mouth scratched out.
Wait.
And then freaking Rock Freddy has his head missing, but he's on a plate, mind you.
Yeah, but then I know, I agree with that. But then there's the question of, then there's just the thing that just bugs me so much is number 1, there's the present in his chest. And number 2, there's the wait a second, go back to the description of the Burn Trap drawing.
Let me run from him first.
Hello, Mini Music Man. What was I saying?
Little
We also have several things from the main game, mind you. So in Security Breach, Glamrock Freddy can not see Vanny, but Vanny can see Glamrock Freddy. And when we wear the Vanny mask, he disappears, which is very interesting, considering the fact that Glamrock Freddy, if you think about it, it's opposite. Glamrock Freddy cannot see Vanny.
No, Vanny can't see
Yeah,
Freddy.
Exactly. Yeah, that was
disappears.
Which
when they put on the Vanny mask.
Which suggests something supernatural with Glamrock Freddy, or at least some sort of like, you know, special situation going on with him. Because like, he just disappears when you put on the Vanny mask. That is
right.
weird.
He disappears completely, and there's also the claws.
Yeah,
the
and
claws
that's weird.
that you see the disassemble Vanny ending, they look exactly the same as you see like on the prototype Glamrock Freddy, which is
That's why
extremely weird.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
why I feel like it's the same one. I just, at least until proven otherwise, because what you have to go through to say that, oh well, something else happened to the previous yes, and then
I know what you
somehow-
mean.
Yeah, the
But
exact
same
things coincidentally happened to another one.
No, it's just at the same time though. The present in the chest makes no sense to me because that present only is taken out because it has a like at the beginning of the game the present is in his chest because there's a Faz watch in it, which is
Here you are, Evan.
It's taken out so Gregory can like move around in Freddy.
Wait, I want to check something.
Hey, guys, I have kind of a stupid question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Where's the prototype Glamrock Freddy in the main game of Security Breach?
There is none. Or like, I don't think there is.
Here's the thing, the prototype thing doesn't show up in the trailer too, but I just wanted to emphasize on that.
That is true. See, so yeah, so I guess I'll lean towards like it being the same Freddy, but I have no clue how to answer this one. This is the most frustrating thing in Ruin at the moment.
I think the fact that there's that thing you talked about earlier with the Bonnie prototype.
Gregory, I shut down all the security now. I'm in the Roxy party garage. Am I close?
You'd think that would imply there's a connection between Bonnie and Freddy, prototype Freddy.
Sure, yeah.
But
Then you missed the plushie.
Yeah.
But obviously we know the connection between Bonnie and Freddy is a connection between the Freddy and Security Breach and Bonnie. We know they have a connection to each other, or at least Freddy cared about him.
So I guess yeah. So I guess the whole prototype. Yeah, there it is.
Why I sent a picture of it.
Oh, plushies Krakow was talking
Whoa.
Yeah.
They're all like in their ruined forms.
Exactly, Glamrock Freddy.
I find it funny that Monty's legs are still here, but they're like torn off.
Wait, hold on. What do they look like with the Vanny mask on?
The same.
Oh, come on. You could have done something so cool with that, Steel.
By the way, the Freddy plate, he's on a Freddy plate, and you see his freaking head, just not the plushy head.
Yeah.
Also, what happens?
Yeah, you do.
Who joined? Tux! Hi, Tux!
Tux.
All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to question number 10.
Yes.
So we discussed if it is Bear, Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals.
Bear.
And if so, would that prove that Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals was built underneath the FNaF 6 location? And if so, would that prove that the FNaF 6 location is the renovated Fredbear's Family Diner?
I think it would.
I think what more so implies that is the fact that in that, like underneath that Fredbear's underneath the FNaF 6 location, there's the Fredbear cutout, which I think is very interesting.
That is
and
true.
it's called the Step with Freddy, by the way, so think about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really suspicious to me. But like the fact that if you look at the blueprints in what's it called? In the breaker room.
What does that say?
Lock?
Lock?
It
Look?
says
It says look.
Look.
Or the Vanny mask. Put the Vanny mask
And
on.
there's also eyes, like there's eyebrows too.
What does it look like with the mask on?
The same.
Come on, you could have done something so interesting with that, Steel.
Stop complaining.
I know. I'm joking.
What? What is
No.
it? What does it remind you of? Something from Bendy?
Scene tool.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that a few days ago.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but like the fact that like this, if it is Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals, it would basically prove that that the FNaF 6 location is Fredbear's Family Diner,
Or
because
vice versa.
it's underneath that too. Wow, this one's so hard.
This is
Oh,
depressing.
dude, Evan, I don't know how you managed to fall to the difficult puzzle.
I know, right? It was
I
so
know.
hard.
I feel like it's more challenging in a moral standpoint. Like I feel like that's what the challenge is meant to be.
I feel so bad. Can I just stop? No, I can't. I have to do it. I have to do it.
No, I don't want to. Please, let me cross lines. I go up here, right? I go side to side.
Yeah, and now we get to listen to Cassie cry for a minute and a half.
That wouldn't be a problem if
I
if
did
the.
not listen to Roxy's full monologue. I just deactivated
What the?
her in a teabag.
Oh yeah, look
You
look
guys
up near the go-karts.
no.
Look up on the
Did you guys see that?
Yes, I did.
I didn't see anything.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, that.
Loading
Yeah.
box.
Boxes are floating.
Yeah. I did see that.
Look at the cards up above.
What is this?
Cards up above, and you'll see Nightmarion heads.
What is this? Getting over it? The boxes are floating.
Wait, there's Nightmarion heads where?
Oh.
Yeah, see those white eyes?
I see.
Holy mother of Lord.
Wait, where? I'm confused. I don't see them.
There.
Turn around. There you go.
There you are.
Riding the cars.
Holy mother
Who
of
was that
Lord.
riding the car?
That's
Who was that
really
riding the car? Who was that riding
First
the
of
car?
all, that's really
The
creepy, but that's
Nightmarion
also
boss.
like lore-wise, that's so confusing.
It is, yeah.
It lines up with what I think.
Let's go to number 12.
Okay.
Why? Okay, this is yeah. Oh gosh. So this is the last question before we actually start getting into mimic discussions. Number 12. Why are there Cassie cutouts in the Vanny network, specifically in Roxy Raceway?
I think it's
mostly resemble her relationship with Roxanne Wolf.
I think it's because of like the neural implants and stuff. It has like access to like her memories and her mind and stuff.
Okay, here's what I want to bring up.
Maybe.
Tales from the Pizzaplex. The altered, warped memory and reality trend. Right? Not memory, reality. That trend. In stories like, I think, Drowning, and Tiger Rock, and Under Construction, the things that are in the AR or VR headset, depending on what story it is, they connect to the protagonist's memories, even though it's like something that's made by Fazbear Entertainment, stuff that they couldn't possibly know. It's like it's connected to their heads.
Depending on the situation though. Under Construction, that yes, very much supports that. Tiger Rock supports it as well, but Drowning
Tiger Rock is kind of the same way.
Kara has no relation to the drowning girl at all.
No, I just mentioned Drowning because like it's another thing that was in the concept, and I just didn't remember if it actually had like her memories or not.
I feel like Under Construction supports it the most.
Yeah.
Also, are these storyteller roots?
Like the AR.
No, it's
probably
like
not, because they're not really wires.
They look like real roots.
It's just rock.
Okay, yeah.
Well, and actual
all right,
roots.
but yeah, that's just
like real trees.
What I'm currently thinking is if Vanny did, or if Vanessa did install that network, then if Cassie was accidentally, no, that just the fact that like Vanny or Vanessa would just casually make cardboard cutouts of Cassie in the Vanny network makes no
Well,
sense
remember in the
at
beginning
all.
of the game where the implants get injected into her? That's probably why.
No.
Yeah.
No. Come on. Stupid.
That's why she said, "Ow, that hurt," and they said like it won't hurt a bit because that's what's connected to her mind.
Holy mother of Lord, that's really freaking, that's disturbing technology.
It is.
Oh,
That's
wait,
really
they don't
disturbing.
respawn. They did before, they
Remember
don't
one of the,
anymore. So
videos
maybe
I
it was a
sent?
bug.
Yeah.
You remember one of the videos I sent about Monty Golf and how like when you are in regular mode, you see the Monty Fizzy Faz thing, but when you put on the mask, you see Roxanne.
Oh, dude, I have something I want to mention.
Yeah.
I have something I want to mention.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What's up?
So, we were discussing how there's sister location, how it could be the like underneath the Pizzaplex, right? Which would support like the FNaF 6 Fredbear's idea.
Yeah.
So, and sister location is obviously like a base of operations William has underneath his house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Twisted Ones, there's one of those under
There's the
Henry's
cave.
house,
Yep.
which has a waterfall in it.
Does that mean that the FNAF 4 house is Henry's house and therefore
No,
Matt Pat
but
was right? I know, I'm
no,
kidding.
But I do think that it's meant to connect the two together with
I
the
know.
waterfall idea.
When I first saw the waterfall in the cave, I'm like, it immediately reminded me of the Twisted Ones.
It
I
didn't
thought the
immediately remind me, but somebody mentioned it in chat, and I was like, oh, shit, you're
Immediately
right.
reminded me, and I'm like, does it really have relevance? Maybe, maybe not, but probably
I
not.
feel like
thought
it
the
probably does.
I thought the waterfall in the Twisted Ones was an artificial waterfall.
It also kind of reminded me about a little bit of the beginning of Princess Quest 2, honestly.
They said the waterfall was within the pizzeria itself. So that made me feel like it was like a decorative waterfall.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I think there was a section when like it was in an actual cave.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, you're about to go into the burn trap room, and I kind of want to mention something before, you know, I continue. No, I don't want to mention. No, when you go in there, I want to mention something.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. This leads like right into it, I think.
This is also something I find interesting, that in the Candy Cadet story, this is something I heard on Raito's live stream when he was playing it. Right after we hear the Candy Cadet story about being in a cabin in the woods with a monster in the basement, we enter this staircase, which is
like a cabin.
Which is like a cabin.
I know, I noticed that too.
And then it leads down into the basement where there is that monster. Which is interesting.
True.
I feel like it's trying to like heavily imply that the story is about the Mimic, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
Why are there
All right, yeah,
burners
here we go.
everywhere?
See,
Like the
listen to
inside of an
Cassie.
oven.
First of all, she mentions the burners. That is really weird. Because
it really does look like an oven or a stove.
The mention of the burners is so suspicious to me. It almost is like, you know, the burners have some sort of relevance in terms of like trying to burn down the FNAF 6 location, but it also seems like the mention of the burners seems to heavily imply that the burn trap boss fight at least was indeed canon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But go into the next room. Go into the room with the charging station.
Before I do that, I just want to mention, like, I mentioned this yesterday to you guys, and, like, I don't think it actually means anything, but there's, like, this thing with, like, mention of liquid nitrogen, and I think it was in the original Security Breach too, but I find it weird, because this is a room with a lot of hot stuff, fire and shit like that, and it's liquid nitrogen, which freezes things.
That is true, yeah. Yeah, no, I think is it possible that Afton's body was freezed?
I feel like it might have been, like...
Yeah.
I don't think that he was frozen. I just think that maybe like something to do with him being burnt.
So
go on.
So first of all,
yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I know it's sweeped up. Maybe that could imply it. But like when we look at the burn trap cutscene at the end, there's a ton of rubble on the floor.
Yeah.
And here it isn't.
None.
There's also no burn trap in the charging station, which we know is the reason why it was sucking power, which that is the reason why I think burn trap exists. I just simply don't think that the cutscene where the blob takes him is canon. And that's it.
It does remind me a little something. I was supposed to mention it in the prototype version type of the discussion, but I have to put this out. But when Princess Quest ending is canon, that means the head is the only thing remaining. But there is one little problem if Burn Trap ending was also canon. What happened to the original Glamrock Freddy body, especially when it was being ripped apart by the staff bots?
Okay, so yeah, I'll go with the prototype on his foot isn't actually a prototype, it's just representing something at the moment. I'll go with that for now, but like, we'll see what happens.
I'm still debating. I will talk about that in a theory video. I'm still questioning it.
I'm so on the fence on that situation because it's so weird to me that they included it.
Be on there for an important reason. I just think it's something that's about we're supposed to learn now about the original Freddy from Security Breach.
Yeah, I think so too.
I also want to mention that when I saw this, I was like, why is this door here? This was not here in the hallway before.
I know.
I realized
I mentioned that too.
I realized that this is actually the door to the hallway. So this was probably always here.
It was
maybe not always here.
It was always there. It was always there. It just wasn't in the burn trap ending because I broke the game. I remember I was able to break the game and go into Afton's room.
Yeah.
And the door didn't exist. So I think that, you know, they're just like, oh, it's off camera. This is how we lead them down further.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think it means truly anything.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
I did not mean to do that, but I did it.
All right. So here we get into mimic discussions. Fun. So.
Oh boy.
13, 14, and 15, all relevant. Is the little... Oh gosh, this is gonna be fun. Is the little strip on the mimic's head Kelly's hair? Is the piece of whatever it is is the piece of whatever next to his mouth, is that flesh? And why is it missing its bunny ears?
I think it it just replaced its bunny ears, because if you think about it, it didn't have bunny
Well, it
ears.
didn't really replace them. It just would have lost them.
Yeah, it's this Gregory look. You
You're
guys see
right,
that?
I see it. So Gregory was
does.
definitely down here. So does that mean that he somehow escaped through the vent or whatever from the mimic? Maybe.
Or
I don't know.
he went up and down the elevator that Cassie goes in the end.
Anyway, but is the little but anyway, is the little strip on his head Kelly's hair?
Oh, God.
If it is, that would 100% prove that the mimic is not Burn Trap, even though I don't believe that anyway. But to be honest, when Evan pointed it out, I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. But then you look into like comparing it in the actual model.
I mean, I don't know if
comparing
it actually
to
is
other
hair.
Exactly. I don't know. It's just the texture. The texture doesn't look like hair. That's the issue.
Yeah, but
It doesn't look like, especially when you have comparison with Vanessa's hair in the game, which looks way more like actual hair.
Weird because it's like it's not a hair like it literally looks like the hair is attached to the endoskeleton, not like a skull that's on the endoskeleton, which would be kind of weird.
Yeah, I agree. Hi, Mixes. Hello, handsome bunny.
Handsome bunny.
Yeah, for real, the jawline.
You know, the one thing that I don't like.
Mimic,
Gregory!
Zerone, and
Are you in there?
The
stupid door won't open.
Oh,
wow.
I already said this
looks like
before,
someone
but
poured
when you
cold
were
cream
in the
over the
banning
door.
mask, before you got the
How am I
Mixes
supposed to
program
get rid of
out,
cold
those
cream?
things are still around.
Yeah.
I really like that. That whenever the mimic says something that Gregory said in Security Breach,
Yeah,
it's the
it's
same.
replicating
It's
it.
no, it's like it's exactly the same line. It's like the archived voice line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he's just repeating it.
Because it's mimic. Anyway.
Which means in that hold on. In that case, technically Gregory doesn't have to have been down here in order to have heard that, in order to have the mimic hear him in order to replicate him, because he would have heard things that Gregory never said while down here.
Well, that means that he's probably connected to a further Mimic 1 database.
Yes.
Which has
He is connected to the program. It's already established that it is, since it's technically him.
Wait, what are you?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
You okay?
I'm saying that Mimic could probably, or there's cameras, because it's like the cameras from the poster that Mimic saw or whatever, have Gregory saying things.
So
Anyway,
I have a question. What's down that hallway?
That's
like
the
the
boss
Oh,
fight.
in the room. That's all the mascot suits that you're going to enter.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that where the boss where we leave from? I thought it was on this side
Yeah,
for some
it
reason.
is.
So yeah, that
Anyway,
makes sense.
but yeah, so next the question also is the piece on his like jaw.
He's still wearing
is
the
that
costume, by
actually-
the way.
Hold on.
Yeah, go on.
Is that like little piece on Mimic's head? Is that flesh?
I don't know.
Well, we can't
What?
see now because he's wearing the costume. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, my bad. But I didn't want to
No,
restart
it-
the entire save, you know.
Is
I
it
get
like
it.
that little brown spot on him? On
Yeah.
his face?
What the hell is that?
That's brown. That doesn't look like.
Yeah, there's
flesh.
the bird
If
costume.
anything to me, it looks like a remnant of the burn trap suit.
Oh no, not even close. That's a
Gregory?
huge
Is
stretch.
that really you?
Huge stretch, dude.
I mean, really?
Dude, that's what the texture and color of it looks like to me.
I mean, I don't think it's a
I'm-
huge
I'm
stretch,
double-
but I just don't agree.
I'm double checking.
Bit
Hold on.
late. This thing in the basement sounds just
The Mimic
like you.
FNaF. Great.
How do
It
I know
still
this
shows
can't be
the
for real?
the popular Deviant art picture. The one that you used like in every single video ever.
Yeah, yeah. No, but search up Mimic Ruin and it'll show up.
I found it. So I found an image.
Oh, this is so cool.
So, here's why you're wrong. I know that's a little harsh, but it's literally right next to his jaw, and the burn trap's jawline has no piece of flesh there, or no, it has like his jawline, the spring Bonnie suit on the Mimic, it dips off at the skull, which means that there would be no area for that to be next to it. So
I have no idea what that is because it does not look like flesh to me.
I know. I just that was just something interesting. Because like what then what is it? Because we don't see it in the epilogues. But like, it doesn't seem to bear any resemblance to anything in the epilogue. So what the frick is it?
He runs away. What does he run
Honestly,
away for? He comes back anyway.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so but then you get to the question: why is it missing its bunny ears? Do we see any? Hold up. So the mimic. Oh gosh, you went to the scooper ending. Ugh, I wanted to go to the elevator ending.
I couldn't have gone to the elevator ending because I've already done all the cameras.
Oh yeah.
Well, can you just go there anyway?
No, you can't because it's blocked off. Which is kind of dumb. I wish
the scooper ending is canon.
I wish we could see the elevator ending with him in the costume. That would have been so cool.
Apparently, there was an alternate ending where he just, as long as the mimic doesn't follow us or follow you.
Yeah. All right, go beat Feeding Frenzy if you want.
Yeah,
because like that's that. Yeah, because yeah.
Which chapter is that? 4.
Chapter 4.
So.
All right. But yeah, so but like the question, why is it missing its bunny ears? That's so weird. They might have just broken off. But here's the thing, we don't see
the only explanation though.
That could be the only explanation, but at the same time, you see the bunny ears, like you look at the mimic, and the mimic has nowhere where the bunny ears would break off.